Tokhemon, the mystical child. Introduction to the situation. In the village of Nyumbani. The village of Nyumbani, nestled in a valley once lush and verdant, had been struck by a relentless drought that had lasted for decades. Once known for its abundant crops and vast forests, Nyumbani had turned into a desert landscape where cracked earth and dried-up rivers told the story of a people constantly struggling against nature. The elders spoke of a time when water was plentiful and life thrived. But for the younger generations, these tales seemed more like legends than reality. The birth of Tokhemon. It was on a starry night that Tokhemon was born, bringing a glimmer of hope to Nyumbani. Born to loving parents marked by the hardships of life, the child had an unusual aura, perceptible even to the least sensitive. His mother, holding him for the first time, felt a soothing warmth spread around them, as if nature itself acknowledged the child as its own. The prophecy of the village's old sage. The village's old sage, Mythicaltales, was the keeper of Nyumbani's secrets and traditions. Shortly after Tokhemon's birth, he arrived at the home of the new parents, his features marked by a solemn air. With a voice laden with gravity, he revealed an ancient prophecy that foretold the coming of a child who would possess the power to restore nature's balance and bring water back to Nyumbani. This child, he said, would be recognized by his mystical gifts and his innate connection with the forces of nature. The first signs of the mystical gift. Tokhemon grew into a lively and curious boy, showing early signs of his unique abilities. He spoke to animals, and they seemed to respond. He made plants grow where he touched the earth, and sometimes when he cried, tiny raindrops fell around him. Villagers began to whisper as he passed, some with hope, others with reverential fear. Meeting with the village's old sage. At the age of 10, Tokhemon was formally introduced to Mythicaltales. The sage, recognizing the clear signs of the child's destiny, decided to take Tokhemon under his wing. He taught him the ancient writings, the rituals of the earth, and most importantly, the significance of understanding and respecting the balance of nature. The secret of the enchanted lake, Mythicaltales, then revealed to Tokhemon the secret of the enchanted lake, hidden deep within the forest, said to be the source of all life in Nyumbani, but cursed by a malevolent spirit that had sealed its waters. To break this curse, Tokhemon would need to confront and defeat this spirit, thereby releasing the water necessary to save the village. The village in peril. As Tokhemon prepared for his quest, a series of misfortunes struck Nyumbani. The remaining wells completely dried up, and a wave of diseases carried by the dust and wind swept through the village. Nyumbani's survival hung by a thread, and the pressure on young but resolute Tokhemon's shoulders had never been greater. Tokhemon's battle with the dark forces of the lake. Tokhemon went to the enchanted lake, where he faced the malevolent spirit, a nightmarish creature made of dark, swirling water. The battle was epic, mixing Tokhemon's magic with the spirit's natural fury. Finally, using the purity of his heart and the strength of his will, Tokhemon managed to subdue the spirit, which dissipated with a piercing scream, freeing the lake from its evil grasp. Tokhemon's victory and the revelation of the secret to bringing rain from the enchanted lake. With the defeat of the spirit, the waters of the lake began to bubble and rise, forming clouds above the Nyumbani Valley. Tokhemon, guided by Jabari's teachings, used an ancient chant to invoke the rain. Gradually, the clouds grew heavy and burst into a torrential rain, the first in decades. The rain and the deliverance of the village. The rain fell for days, filling rivers, moistening the earth, and reviving the vegetation. The villagers, moved and grateful, celebrated Tokhemon as their savior, the child who had brought back hope and life to Nyumbani. The legacy of Tokhemon. Tokhemon grew up to become a wise and respected leader, not just in Nyumbani, but across the region. Under his guidance, the village regained its former prosperity. Future generations continued to tell the story of Tokhemon, the boy who spoke to nature and defeated dark forces to save his people. His legend, imbued with hope and resilience, inspired many others to seek harmony with the land that nourished them. Thus concludes the story of Tokhemon, the mystical child of Nyumbani, whose destiny forever changed the course of history in his village.